I think in comedy, you don't need to look at all.
Rob, you're looking very thin on that Mokovox video.
Can you notice a difference?
Yes.
Did you watch that, Joe?
Yes, I did. I liked it.
I mean,
yeah, Robby, listen, you know Robby.
Gonna beat it. I didn't like the editing.
They left too much in, obviously.
First segment, they should have just cut that out. That was the first people we talked to, and that wasn't funny at all, but they left that in. But Robby, go ahead and insult it.
A monkey could have done a better job editing that thing. I mean, it really is awful. I mean, you're funny, and it could have been a funny bit if they had just made it like 3 or 4 minutes long.
That was the intention, and it turned to be 5.5. It was just a 3 to 4 minute thing. Because I knew during it, I was like, all right, we got some funny stuff in here.
Less is more, people.
Yeah, but
Robby's very delicate, though. He's very sensitive to your feelings. He definitely sugarcoated that for you.
What did he say? He just said it was awful and a monkey could have.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
it wasn't anything you did wrong, though, Rob. It was clearly in post-production.
Okay. How would you rate my performance, Rob? 1 to 10.
Your performance, I give you a 9.
Really?
Come on. I mean, I wouldn't even give him that high. I didn't even hate it like you did.
Oh, I loved the flirting with the girl from
Turkey. You like the Turkish?
Yeah, that was. I liked it.
So what you're saying is the greatest performance anyone could have given, which would have been a 10, that video, the Mokovox video, was just slightly under that. So, like, for example, if Daniel Day-Lewis's performance is a 10, Rob was like a De Niro, is what you're saying.
For that type of thing, yes.
Well, maybe we'll have Brian Caron back on, and you can tell him that, Robby.
Is he the one who edited it?
No, he's not the editor, no. But you just want to yell at him, you can. I'm going to do another one soon, but I need an idea. Any ideas? Any thoughts?
Yeah, what about Robby's chicken thing?
Do you want me to do that? Robby, the last week, we got into this whole Chick-fil-A thing and black people and Antoine Dotson, and I was joking that, of course, he loves chicken, and Robby's like, no, they, meaning black people, they don't like Chick-fil-A. They like traditional fried chicken. And then we decided,
mentioned KFC and Popeyes.
Yeah, you were going to just go to Baltimore and just randomly interview black people on their chicken preference.
Yes, I was out running around.
You did this already.
I went out and I talked to black people. I'm going to have it all ready for next week.
Wait a minute. When you say you went out, were you in the harbor or were you like in Cherry Hill? Like, where were you? CVS?
I was hanging out in front of the pawn shop.
No, you weren't. Stop.
You went out in public.
I did.
Okay, a good part of town. You weren't in a dangerous neighborhood.
Not dangerous, no, but I tried to go to places where I thought that, black people might be.
Who did you say?
Wait a minute. What's a place you think black people might go?
Do I have to say?
Oh.
How did you identify it? Like, say I was a black person.
Yes.
What did you
from whitepeople.com?
What did you say?
Listen, It was very creepy. Like, I was sitting in my car, trying not to be obvious, and scoping out black people from across the parking lot, right? And then
You're in your car?
And then I'd have to be very careful about how I approached them, because they were very suspicious of me. Very
You would
suspicious.
sit in your car and look out the window, and when you saw a black person, you would get out, and you would ask them what kind of chicken they liked.
I'd run out and thrust the microphone in their face.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm the black person.
I want to hear.
Do it. Say what you're going to say to me.
I'd say, I just want to ask you a couple quick questions for the Rob and Joe show. Some questions about fast food.
On the majority, did they say yes or did they say no thank you? Did they?
Yeah, did you get any rejections?
Yes, I got lots of rejections.
Okay. About how many people did you ask?
I approached between 20, 25 people.
Oh,
all black?
I actually talked to one white girl. She was with a black man.
So hold
big
on.
Girl?
Yeah, was it?
Was she
big
girl?
and fat?
She was not.
Big ass?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
She was skinny?
But I will say that most of the black people I talked to were not svelte.
Okay.
They were
Now,
fat people is what you're saying.
of the
Not
people,
fat, but just not,
of the people that answered, did most of them give you a definitive answer?
Yes, most of them were very decisive about what kind of chicken they liked.
So you feel like coming out of this, you have a clear result?
I definitely did a very random polling, and I think that we can go by this to say what percentage of black people prefer Popeyes and KFC versus...
Well, I
I can't wait.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but don't you think it would have been a double-blind survey, Robby? Because it was your theory. So you have a dog in this fight. I don't know if I can trust it.
Listen, I'm going to play you every single person who talked to me.
You have 25 different people. How long does that take? Think about it, Rob. He's sitting in his car. He's scoping out black people. He sees a black person. He gets out of his car. He runs up to him. He identifies himself. He asks him if he can ask him the question, and then asks him. I mean, you had to be there for 2 hours.
What did you wear?
Just a t-shirt and shorts.
There's a clamoring on chat. Yes, next week, Robbie, can we count on hearing the fried chicken saga or whatever?
We will have the results of Robbie's fried chicken poll. And
Oh,
it was tricky because I couldn't let, like, there was a guy sitting in front of the coals, right? And he's just sitting there with his kids. So I went up and I talked to him. But then there was a black guy walking out of the coals, but there are a lot of white people walking out too. So I couldn't run up and ask the other black guy. I had to, like, go away. I couldn't ask the other black guy because I didn't want him seeing that I was only asking black people.
Well, you act like it's hard to find a black person.
Joe, it is hard to find a black person who will talk to me on a mic and answer questions about chicken.
You know, I'm always critical of when black comics do jokes like, yes, it's me. It's like white people have never seen black people before.
Right.
Well, aren't they like 18% of the population? I mean, I see black people. I work with black people.
They're everywhere.
But it ends up that it's more difficult than apparently we thought because Robbie was having difficulty.
Did you feel
Well, it's
physically
25.
unsafe at all?
No, I never felt threatened, but I felt uncomfortable because, like I said, they were suspicious of me.
Yeah, I would be too. You pulled your car right up in front of Kohl's and we're hunkered down waiting for black people to walk out.
Oh, I was really smooth about that. I made sure that they didn't see me, like, running from my car. Like, I was very cagey about that whole thing. But it was still weird. They saw this guy running at him with a microphone. They're just like, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Do you have any experience in your life sitting in a car waiting for someone to come out? Maybe a girl, an ex or something? Or...
No, I'm not the stalker. But guess how long this whole thing took me on a hot, hot day?
That's what I was saying. I mean, 25 people, you know, if it's 3 minutes a person, it's going to take you an hour and a half. 2 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours?
4
Oh
hours.
my gosh. Maybe I
Joe
should do a little
hasn't
more
put
show
4
prep.
hours into this show in a year and 3 weeks.
Listen, you and I are going to write that song for Antoine Dotson. I'm
We're gonna
committing
write
to that.
And next week, you're going to have it all produced. We're going to have this segment on the show next week, correct?
Yes, and I was very fair about it. I could have talked to people in front of KFC or Popeyes. They're both near me, but I went to, like, a neutral place where there was no fast food around.
All right.
Oh,
Did
thanks.
no one cursed you out or anything?
No, everybody was nice, except for, like, one guy was kind of a jerk, but
Well, thanks for taking it seriously, Robbie.
Okay.
We were afraid you weren't going to.
You really did it. Well, I can't wait for that.